Welcome, 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 folks. It's Wednesday night, live. Sorry I'm late tonight. I had a later appointment. Thanks to Amanda Lindemann for doing my hair. She added some purples and some blondes. We're going to pull cards tonight. We're pulling cards, and we're going to talk about the topic that is on the card. We are going to use my deck, because I am promoting words to live by. It is $25. You get the deck. Hello, Tim. And you get the guidebook. I was trying to find a way to switch this, and I can't remember. Nope, that's not working. It was a way to... Oh, it looks funny. What am I trying to say? So that when I post this, that it actually, you see what I see, the words to live by. I'm going to have to research that and find out. Okay. Why is this weird like that? Hang on. There's still like weird things here. I want it to be brighter. Oh, that's not doing it. What's that? Oh, nope, that's not. Okay. Are we still there? One eye. Okay. So we're going to pull cards. And I want to talk first about the new moon in Capricorn and what that means. And I had to Google it a little bit. Why can't I see? There we go. Hello, Christy. So new moon in Capricorn tonight. Hello, Cindy. Is all about kind of taking that next step, but with like baby steps, and allowing that intention or that manifestation, whatever you maybe put in your resolution or on your vision board. We'll talk about the vision board event in a little bit after I get done explaining about the new moon. And so basically just allow yourself a little bit of grace this January. You know, we sometimes will make maybe kind of too big of resolutions. And hello, Kelly. And sometimes we realize, by February that they were too big. They're out of our grasp. So give yourself a little bit of grace if you haven't started your resolution yet, or if you've only done, half of it or part of it or whatever it may be. Just allow yourself to make adjustments. So that's what the new moon in Capricorn means. And just allow room for modifications, allow a little wiggle room. So that's what I'll say. And then once you kind of tailor it to what you think is going to work better for you in January, then, go ahead and really start implementing it in February. All right. We're going to pull, depending on the time, we're going to pull a little from this deck, the Spirit Junkie, and from the Crystal deck, because I have not done this deck, but we're going to start out with my deck first, as always. So the intent is always for the collective. And so having that said about the Capricorn, the moon in Capricorn, the question I'm going to ask the cards tonight is how can I navigate through, what are some of the signs that can be noticeable when I'm trying to modify my resolution? All right. Let me shuffle one more time. And that's for the collective. So what are some of the signs? Or what can be revealed to help me decide or decipher or interpret if my New Year's resolutions were maybe kind of out of grasp? I mean, nothing really is out of grasp, but maybe it's just not aligned. Maybe the potential is just not in alignment at this time. Nothing is ever impossible. It's just not divine timing. All right. Here we go. Oh, trust. We got the trust card. So, the question was, what signs are going to be given or revealed that show us that maybe our resolutions aren't in alignment with our full potential at this time? So trusting. So trust your gut. Trust the process. Hold on, stop. Trust the process. You know, maybe it's too soon to tell if our New Year's resolutions, my hair is like, I don't like that. Maybe it's too soon to tell. So maybe we need to just trust that what we have have the intent, that our intent is really, it will have the potential. So there's two different things that are going on here. Trust in the process, give it more time, patience, and trust in your gut. You know, maybe you're not giving it enough time. Maybe you need to, you know, just give it like the rest of January to see if it is. If it is that, you know, if it is truly the resolution that you were supposed to have in January. All right. Let me read from the book. And then we'll talk about some current events. Trust means to rely on another person because you feel safe with them and have confidence that they will not hurt or violate you. Trust is the foundation of relationships because it allows you to be vulnerable and open up without having to defensively protect yourself. Trust takes years to build and seconds to break and forever to repair. Trust isn't given. Trust is earned and needs to be respected and kept sacred. It allows walls, barriers, burdens, and doubts to be powerless. It brings out vulnerabilities and gives us strength and confidence, self-awareness, and self-acceptance. It can become the first step to trusting. Self-awareness and self-acceptance can become the first step to trusting yourself. When insecurities arise, stop, pause, breathe, and remind yourself that it's okay to be you. Learn how to be happy doing things alone. Trust in the universe and your worthiness to rely on yourself first instead of others who possibly might let you down. Stick with your decisions and trust in the process, even when it becomes uncomfortable or painful. Give yourself grace. Believe in your potential. Trust is built in small amounts. Trust is earned when actions are met. Consistency is key. Stay honest and true to yourself, and that will reflect onto others. So I like the part in here about the small steps. Trust is built in small amounts. So part of that, that new moon in Capricorn was to take small changes. If you are changing, an intent or your New Year's resolution, try just changing a little bit here and there, because if we change too much, it can be like a shock to the system. So whatever you're doing that's maybe super unfamiliar or brand new, maybe you're exercising for the first time in a long time or for the first time. So just start out with, walking, or just maybe it's maybe your nutrition, you're working on. Start out with just adding water and taking out one thing, like take out one of your comfort foods like chips or pop or candy bars. Just start out one thing small, because that way when you can do one small thing over a period of time, it comes off as a big accomplishment. All right. It's too hot in here already. So how's everybody doing? Did we make New Year's resolutions? Did we do the vision board? We are doing here. I'm going to be hosting a vision board party. It was going to be this Saturday, but there are not enough RSVPs for me to put in the energy. So I'm going to push it out to February 24th, and it's a full moon. So we will be embracing that full moon energy with newness and birthing of new ideas and letting go. So if you haven't set a New Year's resolution or done a vision board before, you still have time. The only thing I ask in preparation is that you start saving some magazines. That will be very helpful. That will be very, very helpful. She's chewing on something. No, damn you. No. Lola is still a puppy, folks. So, okay. Any questions? Are we still got viewers? The deck is for sale on Etsy. If you are not local, you can message me. You don't have to go through Etsy if you don't want to. It is a trustworthy website for selling things. You can message me on here and we can work something out. If you are local, I believe the shipping when I sent it in December was like $4 or $5. So depending on Etsy does its own automatic shipping, so I can't really control that, but it is on Etsy, but you do not have to go through Etsy to buy it. All right, so crystals. The crystal deck. The crystal deck. We all have crystals inside us. Did you know that? We all have the energies of the crystals inside us. So when we are near a certain crystal, we are allowing that energy to be amplified. I wear this one. I have 3 different ones like this. It's just, I don't even know what you call this. I think it's like a cylinder. And I have, this is clear quartz. Oh, what are you chewing on? Clear quartz. Sorry, clear quartz. I have, I think it's aventurine. And then I have a rose quartz that I interchange just kind of either monthly or just I change it out as often as I need to. So wearing them will help. Having them next to your bed will emit energies for sleeping, peaceful dreams, keeping, some negative energies away. If you're not real big into crystals, but you like the looks of them and you want to dabble with them, buy one that you're drawn to, or you can Google or ask, hello, Leslie. You can Google, properties of each one. I have a really cool app that I use, and I forget what it's called. It says CC on it, but I can share it here after the live. And I can put in there, like highlight which ones I have, which ones I want. And it's just nice because then it gives me an inventory if I'm ever away from my crystals, which one I have. So we all have the crystal energies inside us. And when we wear them or use them, it amplifies that inside us. Okay. All right. So for the collective, I'm just going to ask Spirit, ask the cards, give us a card that will reveal what exactly we need to work on the rest of the week during this Capricorn new moon as a collective. Obsidian, number 39. So obsidian is a natural protector, and it's you. Oh, did you see that? Like, okay, I didn't notice that right away, but look, there's like a man in there. Is this going to reveal some masculine energies? Okay, so right off the bat, it's green in the background. So green is the color of your heart chakra. And there's this, what appears to be, but I don't want to judge, it looks more like of a masculine features. And kind of like, and then there's like these other like little bits. So it's kind of like we're emerging out. It's a new year. And from a loving place, we're like kind of breaking free. And slowly, you know, we're like, we can see that there's potential. We're not out of the, not out of the water just yet, but we can see potential. And all these like little, it's like they're breaking away or dissolving. So this is going to be a slow process. We talked about that in what the what the Capricorn new moon is and how to take baby steps. So let's read from the guidebook a little bit. Observing the self-reflection, know thyself. When you look in the mirror, who looks back at you? Who do you view yourself? How do you view yourself? Do you look into your own eyes and see someone willing to acknowledge the past and learn from it? Yes. Do you see someone willing to step into a new identity, one more suited to the life you want for yourself? Yes. All of us are ever changing and a mix of past, present, and hopes for the future. The challenge is to trust that the you that you are becoming will be loved, cherished, and supported, even if you are still just exploring your potential, still unfamiliar with the new territory that you have entered. As you ponder what you wish to change, love the one you're with, you. Love yourself in all your complexity, knowing that whatever strengths you need are present, and Obsidian is here to amplify them through the power of self-awareness. Just as in observing a particle of a wave, the observer can change its form. So too, in observing yourself, can you begin the process of personal transformation. You are going to love the you that you are becoming. Oh, I like that. And what is wrong with you? You want to go out? Okay. Bye. Okay. How's everybody feeling with that? I like this deck. This is Colette Baron Reed. And back to the vision board. That is free. It is at my house. It's from 10 to 2. We're going to have light snacks. Depending on the amount of people, it will be in my house or my garage, depending on how many show up. Any other questions? I know we need some sun here. I feel not cabin fever just yet, but I want some snow. I want a little bit more snow than what we've been getting here. I like it to cover the grass because then it feels like winter. Now it just feels like, I don't know, dirty fall. Okay, we got time. I'm going to pull, and we'll talk about more in depth of this topic. Or not really this topic, but whatever comes forward on these cards. So this is the Spirit Junkie deck. There's no guidebook with this one. Ooh, and these are a brand new deck, so these are crispy. Comment on here. I would like to know why you felt drawn to either joining the group on your own or accepting my invite. I'm curious. Where is everybody at with why they're watching this tonight or why they watch it? And then comment if you have oracle card decks and how many. I don't even know. I probably have at least 15. I'm just guessing. And then, like, comment on here if you have a favorite. Or if you have, like, a favorite go-to. Like, do you like ones with animals? Or do you like tarot? Or do you like ones without a guidebook? Do you like ones with the guidebook? Let's interact here. And then how often do you use your oracle card decks? I need to use them more often because this really gets me out of my head and into my heart space. I just need more protection in my life. You know, things get in. I've been having some really hard times this last couple of months with like negative thoughts and energies getting in. So I have a couple decks at work. I'll pull them throughout the day at work, like maybe in the morning. And I'll just pull a card for that day. And I'm like, okay, Spirit, Universe, like what do I need to focus on today? What's the word? Like make a word pop out from the guidebook. And it just kind of, and then I tape it like to the right of me. I have like this shelf thing in my cubicle and I tape it there and then I leave it up there so that I can reflect on it all day. And then I can reflect on as a progressive. And so I can reflect on them every day of the week. I can see like what the theme was, if there was a theme. Okay. So I shuffled these enough. What needs to be revealed to us as a collective out of this deck? Okay. Every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. This is really interesting. I just literally got done talking about how I'm struggling with like negative thoughts and energies coming in. So let's talk about this. The saying is that thoughts create feelings, and feelings become reactions. And so if we try really hard at the power of positivity, at the power of positive thinking, there is evidence that it can change the way you feel about something. And this takes practice. This just doesn't happen overnight that I know of. Like anything new, you need to agree to do it, wanting to do it, wanting to see the intent behind it, having that intent behind it. Excuse me. Helps. I know when I first started my journey, and that was one of the first things, one of the first principles that I learned was the power of positivity. And I was so desperate to find what was missing in my life then that I was willing to do just about anything. And so when I was introduced to this principle, and I started practicing it like that night and the next day, and it was truly amazing at the things that happened organically. I'll say the word coincidentally, but there really aren't any coincidences. I believe that now. Everything happens for a reason. And there was just so many things that happened and so many synchronicities. It was crazy. And I think that's why I got like so into it, is because I could really see the results of doing something that was so simple and so free and almost effortless. All you had to do was basically remember and remind yourself to do that once you were thinking negatively. So part of the first thing of that was like self-awareness. Really being careful and watchful and being aware of when you get those, negative spouts. So for me, it worked, and I was in a better mood, and I wanted to continue. I wanted to like really focus and get better at eating better, because I already was like fitness oriented. So everything just got like easier, and I was motivated. I was more motivated to eat better than I already was, and motivated to just work out better than I already was. And I was motivated to treat people better than I already did, and to want to be treated better, and to want to kind of dig deep and start looking at why I might be feeling this way and why I might be acting this way. So there's a lot of power in the power of positivity. If I still have the Facebook Live video, I will post that as well. I'll reshare it in the comments. All right. Every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. If you are struggling, I am struggling with positive thoughts. And I don't know, TMI, you don't have to comment on here because this is kind of personal, but I know that I have some form of OCD. And it affects for me, it affects intrusive thoughts. And when I say intrusive thoughts, for me, it's almost as a loop. And I can pull cards, and I can journal, and I can really get into like a spiritual, like feminine, creative, childlike state where it's really penetrating and really orchestrating and fueled on love and light. And it will still be in the background. It's very frustrating. It's very annoying. It's very sleep depriving, because I will go to bed sometimes with the loop, and I will sometimes wake up with the loop on as soon as it'll either wake me up or I wake up in the middle of the night and the loop will be there. It's almost like when I'm sleeping or doing something for a little bit, it's like on pause, but it's not, it's still like kind of hovering almost. Like, how do I describe it? Is when you hit the button and you sometimes have to wait for it to load. So that's what it feels like. It's on pause, but not, because it's still like kind of playing in the background, just waiting for that moment of where they can, like get in. And it's really frustrating. So if you have OCD and you are coping with it, because it has gotten to the point where I actually need to do something about it. So I have made an appointment to see a therapist about it, and I will let you guys all know, because is it this Friday? I think it's this Friday that I will be seeing an online coach for the very first time. So, or, you know, if you are already seeing a therapist, for that, reach out to me if you don't want to comment on here, because I'm really curious what the coping skills are, and what works for you guys. So, feel free to reach out to me if you are comfortable in that. So think of me on Friday when I dive deep into my OCD, and I also have ADD on top of that. So, hey, I'm kind of doomed, but I am aware of it, and I'm positively embracing my flaws. But I also, on the other hand, I want to find ways that they don't disrupt my relationships, because it's very difficult to own your feelings when you're not quite sure if what you're feeling is your own feeling, and it kind of makes you think you're going crazy, and that's not fun at all. So I want to be more in control and more self-confident that I am in control of my own thoughts and feelings. So that's why I am seeking out and getting some therapy. Maybe it'll just take one time. Maybe it's something there that I'm going to really need to deep dive, and maybe there'll be a lot of aha moments. So it's, oh my gosh, like that makes sense. I should have been doing this a long time ago. So that's that. I would like to pull one more card. All right. I do readings. I will do readings. I believe they're affordable, depending on what kind of reading you want, depending on what's all involved. Usually it's like $30 for an hour. But I'm going to pull one more from the words to live by. Just because I really like my deck. I'm super proud of the way that the images turned out. I used an AI app called StableCog. Now AI is such a thing. It's just like, it took off. Like, it was there when I was making this deck, but now I see is it Google Chrome? Chrome now has a free AI, like, what is it, GBT chat or whatever that is. So I'm thinking, if that's still free, I would definitely explore using that with my next deck. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a deck or a calendar, but it's going to be kind of on like one-liners, little affirmations, little questions and quirks. And okay. So the question that I have for this deck is, okay, I'll just kind of ask this ongoing question, because we all probably experience this at some point, is when we get into our head and we go into that like spiral where we just get like one negative thing turns into the next negative thing. And it just, we keep digging like our whole backwards. And that is not where we are, where the full potential is. Our full potential is in the now, in the light, from the space of love, not fear. So I'm going to ask the cards to reveal to us, Spirit, tonight, through the cards, through me being a conduit, as a messenger. Give us a card that will give us the advice we need when we are in that negative state of mind, a situation, and we need to like get our heads out of that and into our heart space so that we can maybe not react out of fear. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Waves. Waves. Oh, okay. So right away, I say the word because I'm cueing Spirit. I'm ready to like receive. So waves. So right away when I say that, before reading, like, this is my deck, but I still am like still getting, I have not memorized every page, folks. And I have not memorized every card. So what comes forward right away when I say waves is just something that I had to learn the hard way, was just allowing that thought to come in and not giving it too much attention, not giving it too much energy at all. So what I used to do, and I still catch myself doing it, is thinking, why am I thinking this? And like, just kind of like asking, it's like, no, just thank it for coming to the surface. And you're going to know if it is something that needs attention per se. This is kind of where I'm in my thought process. This is where I'm dialing in that like gray area, because it's really gray for me. Should I be focusing on this? Or because I have the OCD, have the intrusive thoughts. So right now it's hard for me to decipher, is this something that I need to be working on, like doing shadow work on? Or is this just for me to get my attention? Is this so like loopy and so repetitive in order to just out of desperation to get my attention? So right now I'm kind of in that learning phase, and hopefully the therapy will help to get some professional advice as to how to decipher between the two, but allowing it to just, okay, come to the surface, thank it. Thank you for presenting yourself. And maybe it's something you just maybe want to journal about later, or maybe you just want to pull a card later, or maybe you just want to take time in that moment to just go, okay, what does this mean? But not any more than that. And maybe if it's triggering more negative thoughts, then maybe it's time to just thank it and be like, okay, we're just going to put that aside, or thank you, but that does not need your attention. That does not need my attention right now. So that's where the hard part is for me. Comment on here what you guys do, because right now I'm struggling with what to do when those come forward, and especially when, you know, I'm at work, and that's when a lot of them will come forward, or like in the middle of the night. Like I said, but they come like, they're always in loading mode for me, and they're just waiting for me to have that vulnerable. So I need to set better protection in the mornings, even like before I just get out of bed even. So the wave card is just allow it to kind of come in. Don't give it too much attention. And then let it go, and then monitor and see if it comes back. Like for me, mine are on loop lately. So, I will keep you guys informed of my progress with that. I'm excited because I'm just like, if I could get paid to just like work on myself, oh my God, I would be like, I could love my job. I don't mind doing the hard things. There's been a lot of benefits in my journey. Okay, waves. Like a surfer waiting for that perfect wave, you have been given a wide and vast ocean of potential and endless possibilities. You can ride that wave that ebbs and flows. With each wave that crashes and pulls you under is another one there to push you to the surface. The universe will only provide you the ups and downs that serve your highest good. So hold on tight and let it carry you to where you are meant to be. Well, that does make sense with how I said, let it come forward. That's kind of the in, and, say thank you, and then let that go. And for me, I think I need to work on when it comes forward, I need to think of like, okay, yes, this is negative, but I don't need it to be negative. And I can maybe think a positive thought, or like positively think of the opposite of what the thought is. And then maybe focus on that energy and focus on that thought. And then maybe like practice a little bit of gratitude in that moment. Like, well, I don't have this, but I'm thankful that I have this. And then maybe if it comes forward again, maybe I'm giving myself my own advice, but if it comes forward again, then you need to repeat that. So maybe it's just a matter of repeating that wave, that ebb and flow. When it comes in, we thank it, and then we're going to push it back out with positive. And I'm thinking eventually, I'm thinking here intuitively, I'm thinking as it comes in, it's actually going to lose negative momentum, kind of like a storm, it can only last for so long. And maybe that's what I need to work on, is allowing it to come in and just do like rinse, wash, repeat type thing. So, I will get back to you on how that works tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. I really want to sell my deck, folks. It was a pipe dream, kind of a joke, but it became a reality. And I'm super proud of it. I worked hard. There was a lot of situations and circumstances that gave me the opportunity to do that, but also gave me the content to put into the deck. So the deck is $25, words to live by, easy to read, small enough, comfortable to fit in your hand, great for beginners, great for kids. And the font is big enough for, older folks with the eyesight not so great. Lots of different vibrant colors, easy to interpret, easy to read. I think it's easy to understand. I think it's just a wonderful tool to use, because it's, for me, every time I pull a card and I read it, I'm like surprised still at like, oh my God, like, yes, that makes so much sense. Yes, that resonates. I can see that in the picture. I can see where I connected the two dots, where I got the words with the pictures and the pictures with the words. And I'm really super proud of my own deck. All right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. We have 500 members. Let's try to get 100 more. 100 more. What the heck? Let's go limitless. Just, Maybe we'll have 1,000 by the end of this year. Wouldn't that be crazy? That would be so awesome. All right. Reach out to me if you have any questions or comments that you're not comfortable with sharing on here publicly. I'm available for card readings, and Travis is also available for Reiki and Shaman Journeys. So good night and see you next Wednesday.